didn't know.
And great.
Unya da dear. So I couldn't Obejo, a Copec. Yeah, office, as you know. Ochina now, but they are
I see. Medamasi, Meji Braba. But at the end, I am Shishin Komaye di Tor. What's the state? Yaton Anna Ubi partner Anna say what's happening there?
Oman Ubika say Yaton Tor no cranium. The Moyo refinery Yanton the Akosi more than 2 years and half near Tor intimate the core duty. The overcome is a refining business, you know. And it's seven no saying they will survive on auxiliary businesses and other allied businesses. Omotang farms are DDCs are now almost store products, products other things, pipelines, and they said the GPMS, baby, I got discharge product in the free, no. Tor shares were that's the kind of thing, no, and a year or more inflow, but the cow being from say CDU and the RFCC, a year, Juma dear, Oman, Minion is a Oman Zakabi for some time now, but a nonch that's a yaton. A few chair more, bear 2022, early part, na one bear con, any year didn't come up. Yes, we could be what Tor needed. Now, bear con no, I hear Juma or Tor, now I am did that. And she said, ordained chamber cultural proposed the Amoah baby. There wasn't a zoom than the cultural sufficient, no. You don't ask too many questions. And see what he put on the table at the time or not. And it's a Omunya public-private partnership and Kabeye to turn Tor around because them is a pure government, you know. Yes, a buying boka and you and so the inefficiency has persisted over the years. A car and a drum almost. Now, if they had a special purpose vehicle, to me, they attended Tor around the best support. It will be the way to go because you move your crack as in Qatar, no, come back on $1 crown common ton so that the private sector will put in investment, will inject some efficiency, will also inject new equipment. So, technical staff here going. Engineers are for a long time, you know. We don't lose them to other refineries that ever up. And Mr. Our conversation no later went to Tor. Penny board and the management, there were other companies that no more share the same thing to do. But now the proposition that former MD at the top table no what it meant is that they were not going to add additional debt to Tor debt. And I think that was the unique selling proposition. That Amoah Of Copec crude, Amoah crude, they will power the CDU. That's the proposal by the initial initial partners, Decimal Capital, not former MD, Eddie anymore. It sounded okay. And see, the principal partner na OD Decimal Capital initiative anymore. On the Department of Justice, United States, the Konya issue. And see, fast forward, Tor agreed with the company Nananka, almost set up that special purpose vehicle, no, and come to me attended Tor around, no. They agreed with them that they must form a different entity because they can't deal with na individuals na share more criminal issues to answer to. So that will bring the new company na Torenco. The Torenco would now be registered to replace the Decimal Capital. Command. Questions have been asked at Torenco or more capacity. Questions have been asked, then on the table. Oman, I believe that these are questions that the board and management would need to interrogate. Let me to just say, as here subscribe, yes, management in route 2 weeks. The question you put to them, no, is the same question they put to you. Is that look, Amoah conditions precedent. I just say, Yabema a private person, I be here, Juma. I was all the way to her. So I was here investing in flow meters. I was here investing in new loading arms. I was here investing in technology towards the tanks, the pipelines. Oman, they would need to do all those things so that Obin Kofa crude in Beguho or China Nobel Sorena Aira na Enumguasiane Eka and Yadiabreto. And so they have their KPIs, but Oman, Kasatin Tor is in a very bad place. As I speak with you, how Omutia workers shows someone in him. As of Enra, ECG for also as I come back a crown or more contact over a car, and 32 million, Omutia 10 million viewers. I said, 2 million viewers or no. Menoka as a refinery, no can near Bema. So it's a very difficult thing. Management and board would have to navigate. As to whether some the full support that we should all give them, I don't know. As to whether they will be able to get the right partnership in Torrentco, Oman, I cannot answer immediately.
Do you have doubts about the capacity of Torrentco now?
Oman, yes, Torrent companion for so any Omadin Como. They will tell you some more a lot of private partners. In fact, one of the biggest challenges at all is to get a revolving, your friend is a crude supply. So will be the 1 million barrels be by there. Now you process it we are another 1 million so that the refinery doesn't shut down. Tor is unable to procure crude on the market because a car I'm in a Tor no or the new book bank be so many else manner. May assure the bank be or not deal. And see that is one of almost headaches. If Unya a partner who says that you be secure crude no on a revolving basis. You bet me the crude number abe good Tor abe chinchimu Edia was the day we are. Once we are able to pay the tolling arrangement because you used to refinery, no. But so maybe I remember government you bet your workers, you bet as you will call it insurance premiums. There was a refinery no which is about $500,000 a month, no. Oman, that is what Torrentco and its partners will tell you. But as to whether say almost be performing on that one, just a would just form penny for no to go through almost KPIs. But again, almost nimsi need your much. You need a and I'm not sure that they would want to go and do the wrong thing. Some over in the year, some in the year, or man the days ahead will determine. But there's no truth if anybody goes to publish say yeah, oil refinery.
So as it stands now, the strategic partner Tor Enya Torrentco, is that correct?
That is what is on their table. There are other two entities that almost are expressing interest. A bit the Falcon, the Legacy. Whatever their term sheets are, we are not young as of a Torrentco term sheets need the Torrentco no proposes of my government, or proposes year no bet me I bear 8 million barrels or more than 8 million now. There will still be money obituama or man no obet me at your workers you know they will say all those things beautifully, but Oman the real meat no will be in the performance as to whether they can perform or not. The last time I share MSF management, what we were asking is that enquire another PDS there. It will be better say at least some insurance guarantee be more. Now you know the Nipana Obano why serious to say that or the crude bad here or bechinchimu or betua. Now or default here, what do you fall back on? In the area, I'm sure that the board and management will go back out there to firm up whatever discussions or money or more here. But as I speak with you now, or man met me to say even the agreement, you know, many sure so much signing. But Tor is in distress. Only workers kata do na technical guys. Can you imagine say a Tor engineer? Ebuniketemo okoye ejuma here a refinery in Iraq. But simply because we can't guarantee them almost job security. They can't be guaranteed to even work. Refinery needs to have and the pay would be workers normal PR better now but thing.
Okay, so auxiliary services no provided the sustain your mono. But is it that management no person say Torenko form form say strategic partners no one and due diligence and I said what is it?
Man make it a due diligence report. A lot goes on in there. So before a state entity will be in the partnership, no. Omobe check backgrounds, Oma check the report is there. Maybe I may no be share due diligence, no. As to whether Omo is satisfied as a company, which is Tor, as to whether they will proceed with Torenko, Oman. We can only interrogate Niembisa question. What is Torenko bringing to the table? Na yachira ubisa Torenko, how are you hoping to do this? No numbers they are vegetable. Man, the only thing as a public, as a civil society actor, no, we would continue to pursue is that young kofato onkoye even is a PDS kind of thing. Now, yeah, there are some people, the necessary things are not what you know, yeah. Then we will come back another day to cry or complain. Tor needs you or no. Obiso Kasho said Tor raises 700 million now. There's no 700 million anywhere. In fact, the light bill crying on Timintia, so they are in dire straits. Again, all other refineries are within the sub-region. Threaten the existence of Tor and the future of Tor. The net one now at Twaso Central Refinery. Matesen Benyufo one district, one factory. A private Chinese investor is in a refinery, bare 300 meters from Tor. Or no, why almost 95% work. And no, central. The danger it portends to Tor is that there are also here technical staff, not our staff at all idle. Obet me at your better, he will take them. Dangote refinery, the biggest in the world actually, is set to commission almost I'm sure almost first oil by the end of this month here. It will be on the market. Look at the size. So also here experienced Hansa. Majidi set off or no will probably end up leaving. You have a caricature, a skeleton. As to what I said, the management would appreciate is that they are bidding or running with time. And they would need to do things expeditiously to ensure that at least Tor Benya market share, no? Or man, I don't know. But management in your for no. What exactly they are doing? Torenko Juma, what is immediately available? Me a kickstarted plan to know. Or man, Enkoban is a central will come to work. Not all onion Dangote comes to work. Not all onion they flood your market with their products. They can give you superior products. If that happens, it will just be a very sad story of another public entity, a golden henna. At a point in time, somewhere in 1998, Tor alone was constituting bare 5% Ghana's GDP. Tor alone and their operation. And then you cannot say that they are adding anything of value to our national economy.
But
that is a sad story. But as to what I said, the management appreciate the urgency and the exigency of the time, man, I'm sure they have up to the end of the month.
Well, my member Abeku Disikami say I don't even get in touch with Tor for now 1 year Ninkita on direct. Abeku, to the best of your to your hearing, we've done that, and it's difficult getting through to talk to anybody to speak to. So, Sahana say Banti Tiase, your boy Homodin Biasi Bitimini, a friend be a nkomo bi mutimi di nkomba to bi wa na onye willing. nditi asese yentimi enya omoni omonkasai. But Duncan, was our space waiting for a long time. What continues to be a challenge as minimum paying for say yeni epepa se to be jina na so biem and a certain group of individuals be interest is highly being served, maybe at the expense of all of us, and as an area, a certain expertise and necessary shame ni be and yet toss you around, sir. What's the problem?
Man, a car expertise, the country are bound in expertise. A car the technical know-how. In fact, if Iraqi refineries are picking or engineers, it tells you that the quality of engineers, almost CVs, the credentials, and can you in doubt. The quality of the board will not be in doubt. The quality of management will not be in doubt. Almost a fraught with structural challenges. Structural challenges need product accountability. Over the last Woodfield, I'm sure Woodfields would have pulled out because products yield and Casano, other refineries were doing about 96-97%. Tor plant was said to be doing 94. Whether it's indeed 94 or another 96, you wouldn't know. Again, Oman say a beer boardroom wranglings beer. I am sure we should all sit at the same table and decide, look, within the next 1 week, 1 month, this is what we want the oil refinery to look like. And this is how we are going to go about it. But, Oman, I am sure that there's also some power struggle somewhere. And see, way back I say, oh, yeah, and they say, Uncle, you wasted a bit of moonshine, invest a bit, maybe a 200 million be every baby, but near China investor now. Now we say, oh, say the my way crank or bay, over way, now we so intimate yet. Oh man, it is simply because we have not decided as a country what to do with Tor. The private sector are interested. In fact, one of the oil empenyum for metani this year, or say, some more per 100 million to fix in Tor, and now we invite petroleum, OMCD, why. Almost for 5 million, 10 million, 5 million, and put it together, no more for a consortium. They should be able to do it today. Omonim. And so, Oman, over near the near baby. Now, Tor will work near Cosette IMC. Now, IMC are bearing you know the recommendations at all near copper management. The management will come. Whether we allow them to work or won't allow them to work is another thing, Oman. Near Saki managing director, near the new managing director, Oman, no, better now. The same problems will continue to exist. Near Saki managing director, near changing board, near another set about Oman, we are simply dancing around the issues. So issues, are widely known. The Amoah car say Omo koye jumano. Ye bisa Omo say technical auditor Omo koye they will show you a technical sheet. It says Omo what the problem is with the CDU, what the problem is with the RFCC, what the problem is with the pipelines, what the problem is with the loading rack, all the other service departments within the refinery. Omo what the problem is. Would they be allowed to solve the problem? Are they even willing to solve the problem? Oh man, I can't have an answer. Well, test and all you should speak to management, I think that you've done your best. I am only giving you a foundation, what we know as independent people are. Yeah, check it. Maybe a management so but not a number what they are. People will still be wondering so more kind of crazy. Yeah, you go home and you better.
So Duncan, it means that we are not solving the problem because apart from say your activity a year Tor politically, real solutions, we are running away from it because I'm even confused with the response. Now, whose interest are we serving? A inipekumebi ana buapayum efrim resantine 1% Tor be jana so ama bedu sampempensui. And I said, dear, because still it's difficult. We need to find a solution because they be a Dani Akba, Niaka, Nator, Anator. Tor now is being reduced every time to a certain level. Clearly, I don't know how to describe it again. Na adwuma mo nya adwuma so ye tua moka. Na yesa ahwere won na ya benfo ewo eye sa field so special field no. What are we doing? And equally, what can send you for so other competitors so across the world and so Trigana for the call. So you're torn, no, that's the issue now.
Oman, the private sector and operated Tor and commercial sector are expanded beyond leap and bound. At the time, you're calling increasing capacity from 24,000, 25,000 to 45 or no. Some of us were having hopes that a bedroom 100,000 for capacity. Oh man, you intimate operationalize it 45 no because you could so at the top politics. NDC bar obey try fix it a drew baby are not politics nibi abeshishimo. Now frustrating no politics moves nothing in this country. The only thing a politics making me a movie immediately corruption. But it doesn't move anything really. Into SOEs, I can say no. Ghana Airways, other airlines are working. Ethiopia, keeping the airline. Kenya, keeping the airline. Yet, a fleet, no. Inefficiency and overpoliticization, politicking. A Juma nipa 400 bit me a 1,000. So when you do those things, you're already crippling the refinery, no, the numbers. That will make them efficient. Again, what the whole Enkanena yetibi na yakotam tanka baako near the co Jubilee House so here and a Flagstaff House and a castle near the co Edru say yentia na akayeka na refinery no atro na ebinuma abokro no yatwetwe BF pipelines Edru say ye be sika de ahyemu na government no pay lip service near ja refinery no na konkon ho oman what the Tor and ne privatize Tor. The same way sent you a private person, Akofa, or I said so, or best spending over 5 billion in a refinery. No, so what they told my private people, some of the private business people, why is more than menu now the Omonkoye Tor, no more Afebako, the place will run. Unfortunately, you could jam the political and MD way and ya the near attack. No, but MD TV now, or you're super highly competent as to whether we are giving him the free will to work. No. Board for no. Now there are people who have certain knowledge and experience that the refinery could have benefited from. As to whether we are allowing them to work, no. Oman Tor is in distress. The workers are not happy. Now there won't be a demonstration. The let Tor work. Be demonstrating for the to salaries. Let the refinery work. Unfortunately, you are calling demonstration of with paid lip service. As I speak with you today, Kania, Yechemo. We will not allow people to do their proper jobs at the refinery. We will continue to do our politics. Say, I promise you, any private person who goes to the refinery will be able to turn it around because Tor and Kenya hopeless case, in route,
but I make us say in Comona Yedinano, the solution Nanka sent to me, and I want also prescription or the body, but as to whether that prescription a bit materializing so be another issue. Yeah, can say a lot of people at the adventure bar almost all our leaders they've not been interested in solving the problem because of the kind of approach Emma Tor and our priority Tor. But Oshema Tor Gapoha and other relevant bodies need Jinaya Magana. Most of our challenges need Nano. Wedding. Duncan, just a minute. There's a gentleman here Bonidin for Jumedia Yedi. Now only in Komokakra. We are Duncan Mebaso. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon,
Bibiabo Cordia.
I'm very good. Happy to hear from you.
Okay, good. Wadarma, episode boy Kakra. We are thinking Tor. We want to drink and think Tor. What's the challenge now?
The challenge is what you have been talking about. You always hit hard on our economy all the time. To start with, when you want to speak about our economy, I always follow you. you always said that for our economies to strive and strive very well, we need the Amoah Refinery, we need Gapuha, and we need Ghana Revenue Authority, and we'll be fine. I bet you, Omahini, our leaders in this country are aware of this fact. The fact is what Duncan spelled out eloquently. This guy happy to know about Tor very well. The issue is very simple. We have a modern plant that is working for this government for decades, making money for this country, making profit. And our leaders sit aloof and see it rotting, losing expertise to other serious countries that want money. And we take our vessels to go and take their finished product to come and burden our economy in the name of the private hands. It is good. We need private hands to work with. But the 30% belongs to the BDC. The 70% still belongs to Tor. And our government, the energy think tanks, the CSOs, and all our substantive government are aware of it, that the 70% that the deregulation gives us is still in the hand of our company. Why then that they cannot allow us to use our 70% stake to work with? Does it mean that we have management problem? Does it mean that we have politicians that need to take their hands off the company so that Ghana government should have benefit from this company? We have a new boiler, about 20 tonner, lying down there, newly installed boiler. We have a new furnace just to boost our capacity up. We have a new generator that when we are even running, we can even feed the national grid with the same capacity that we have. We will feed the national grid with our boiler because we generate electricity with our own facility, with the boiler and with the furnace, everything. We can feed our national grid. All of them, they are aware. Why can't they allow us to work? We are the only company in this country that always tries fighting for work to do. And they allow us and they export us rather to the neighboring country to go and make money for them. Please, soldier on, Omahini, soldier on. You are always speaking about Tor. You and Randy, I always listen to you. You are always fighting for Tor. The other leader general, they are always fighting for Tor. The CSO that jumping. Can you guys come to Tor and come and hold our management and those who are running the company down? That Tor belongs to Ghana. It does not belong to politicians. It does not belong to our management. It belongs to Ghana. Let's fight on and rescue this company. That is what I know. The work you are doing, don't relax. They will chase you. They will dampen your spirit. Take it up. Just like how someone has taken up Tor must run and it works. Take it up. You have spoken about it before. Stand up. Duncan know the fact. Senor Hussein know the fact. The CSOs know the fact. They know much about Tor, how they can turn the company around. Take it upon is alive. The Wadaku is alive. Akoto is alive. All the former ND, they are still alive. They are still kicking. This company can work again. And Ghana will rest. Will rest from this oil economy. Take it about 400 and something million to go and import products from outside. How much the Tor needs to turn around?
Let me thank you.
We are getting almost emotional here because we continue to hear as if the workers are just ladies and they are sitting down doing nothing. That is not the case. We have the manpower, as Duncan eloquently explained. We have the manpower. We have the men to work. Nothing that can go wrong if you are working over there. No one can hear of us. It's a fact. Dangote will take us. That currently there's about 50% workers who are actually working in Abu Dhabi currently. We are moving out to Kabbalah. They are always chasing us to go and work with them, and we are done out. One minister was just at how do you call it, Central yesterday. How can he pass through Tor and see what is going there also?
Okay, so let me thank you. Thank you for your concern, Duncan.
Oh man.
Are you doing?
Oh man, the yeah, a juma way, we are wing one, a wujaya. That was actually come on from a production and refinery. Na money management and the income, money staff and the income. Oh man, it is not a hopeless case. It can be revamped. The management should tell you what they are doing. The staff should tell you what they can do. I think that there's a bigger conversation to be had on Tor, but it can be revamped. So refining or man 10 to a billion in US dollars next door. So basically refinery.
Yeah.
No, or mine no.
Okay.
And then you hear the wrangling.
Okay, so Mama na was in me say next week me no better na okwe a member of parliament your friend number 6 unim no ntime ha ho your friend number 6